If there was no immigration, population X of a certain county would increase at a constant rate of 2.5% per annum. So 0.025. By emigration, the country loses population at a constant rate of n people per annum. When the time is measured in years, then dx dt is x over 40 minus n. If the initial population is p people, find in terms of n, p and t the population after t years. Okay, so dx dt ends up to be x over 40 minus n. Okay. Initial population, what's that mean?
Start.
Yeah. So what does that mean? When t equals 0, x equals, anybody? Remember, x is the current population. I'd say x equals p, would you know? Okay, we'll find out in a minute anyway. So we're gonna obviously integrate. Now how to integrate this is going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to work out like that, isn't it? It's going to be I'm going to see this fraction over here. I'm going to make that one fraction if that's okay with you guys. I'm going to bring that as n over 40 as well. 40n over 40 I mean. And because that's 40n over 40, I should be able to bridge it into one fraction then, yeah? So I'm just going to bridge it into all over 40. Next thing I'm going to do, going cross multiply to get 40 dx. Equals to t. Going to bring that x over 40n underneath. Okay. I'm hoping I'm correct with my my limits. We'll figure that out soon as well. Okay. Well, I said when t is 0, the x equals p, and then x and t on top. I differ from the marking scheme and what I usually do. No, I'm right. No, we actually did it the same this time. Alright. Now, what type of integral is that? Look at the bottom part. What do you think that is? Ignore the 40. What happens if I actually integrate 1 over, for argument's sake, x minus 30? How do you integrate that? ln x minus 30, yeah? And differentiate it. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to be ln. Now it's going to be 40 of them, because it's still 40 on the outside. That's going to be x minus 40n. The part you might be forgetting about is that we actually differentiate this as well. If we were to differentiate that, what do we get?
Minus 40.
No, see, only dx is the variable, n isn't a variable. So just 1x derivative would be 1.
Okay.
So if that was minus 40x, you'd get minus 40, but n's not a variable, so be careful about that. And then on the other side, anybody? Just t from t to 0, okay? Now, what we're going to do next is, limits x and p. Okay, let's do what we always do, 40 ln x minus 40n minus 40 ln, to replace x with p, so p minus 40n equals t. I'm going to divide both sides by 40, is that cool with you? Alright, and when I divide both sides by 40, I'll put t over 40 here, and then I'll divide the two of them by 40 as well, which means they just cancel off, don't they? Okay. I think we should use the subtraction rule for logs. So any idea what to do there? ln x minus 40n all over p minus 40n equals t to the power 40. Okay. ln is log base e, as we all know, and we're going to move the base up and t over 40 is going to be the power. So it's going to be e to the power of t over 40, and that's going to be x minus 40n all over p minus 40n. I'm going to reread the question. Remember which letter I'm getting on its own. I believe it's x. The population, which means x. Okay. It's not the worst part B I've ever seen. I always say that. It always makes you feel bad. Even if it is the worst one ever, I'd be like, oh, that's pretty easy, isn't it? Alright, bring over the 40n. And we can see that that matches our marking scheme up the way, which is a pretty good feeling. Okay. Part 2. Oh, why? That'll come back up in a sec, lads. N is 800, P is 30,000, T is 29,237. I'm going to need all that info brought down with me. I'm not going to remember 3 numbers on a Monday morning. It's too much to ask for him. I think this is just a plug in question. And then isolate T and probably using logs again. Fun times. Alright. That's your x value, right? 29,734 for x. Your p value is 30,000. Oh, that's interesting. 30,000 minus 40 times 800. Is 40 times 800 32,000? Let's just say yes until somebody corrects me. And 40n is also another 32,000 over here. Yep. Okay. Your 29,734. We're going to take away 32,000. And we're going to get minus 2266. We're going to get minus 2,000. E to the t over 40. Am I allowed to multiply both sides by minus to get rid of the two of them? No. The powers are separate though. So I'll give you a really basic example. 2 to the power 4, 4 to the power 2, degree 2 of them are equal to each other. And that's a minus 3, and I don't know, that's a minus 3 as well. You can multiply both sides by minus just to turn them both into plus 3's. The powers isn't involved in the multiplication part yet, so you're actually alright. Right, so I think what we can do here, in fact, I think the bracket is what's confusing us. You don't even need that bracket. Now it's very obvious you can multiply both sides by minus. Oh my god. Now, yeah, 2266 equals 2,000. Now, I'm going to do something, and I hope none of you do this anytime soon. ln both sides. Bring the t over 40 to the front. What are you nodding for? You're only allowed to bring the power to the front when everything is to that power. The 2,000 does not interact with that power, therefore that is the wrong way to do that question. Okay? So, what did I tell you? Well, I don't teach. What I told my own maths class is this: you want to get that on its own first. Bring the 2,000 underneath, and you get 2266 over 2,000. Now is the correct time to ln. Okay? It's the best time to ln. There is a way of doing the other version, but nobody ever does it that way. Cool with that? Now, what happens to the power? Because it's, yeah? T over 40. ln, which we all know is, we hope you know is 1. Alright, do me a favour, get that ln and multiply it by 40 for me. What? 5, is it? 4.99 whatever, and it goes to 5. Thank you. And our American scheme says 4.99 years. Did it round up or down or?
4.99475.
So just about 4.99. Yeah, gotcha. Doesn't specify where doesn't specify, does it?
Would you get marked down if you said 5?
Potentially, yeah. So in the leaving cert, I always go 3 decimals, 2 decimals, answer. Like I just give all 3 in a row, and then like take your pick. If it doesn't specify. Alright. So